Sometimes those pain and struggles you go through merely pass ways to enter your place of rest. To access the palace, you must go through the wilderness, accelerating to your place of exponential blessings. You would go through certain situations in life, and it would seem as though those situations are going to drown you. It looks as though those struggles want nothing but your life. You are probably on the brink of the matter, and you are about to give up. But do you remember that there was a time you went through an issue, and although you felt things were headed for destruction, all of a sudden that issue turned out to be in your favor? Do you remember? Maybe you haven't had such an experience. Follow me on a journey to see that some struggles are actually blessings in disguise. Every failure is a blessing in disguise. A man who failed 9,999 times once said that when a man keeps having failures regarding an issue, he hasn't failed. Rather, he has found 9,999 ways that it won't work. It is often said that anything that does not kill you only makes you stronger. Those points you think you fail, you simply learn something, howbeit in a not so favorable circumstance. It is possible that if you were not taught about that issue through that struggle, it could have cost you something more in future. Because really, no lesson is a waste in life. How you see those trying period matters. You can either choose to see them as proof that God does not care about you or as a training point for you. Now, you might wonder, do I have to go through pain to reach all of God's purpose for my life? Not necessarily. However, a man needs to be trained to be used by God, and God uses man's experiences to teach him. Every training, no matter how lenient, is painful. Do you remember the story of David? While his brothers were at home enjoying themselves, he was at the field tending to his father's sheep. He, like every other teenager, could have chosen to stay home like his brothers. Instead, he got up and looked after his father's flock. No matter how much he loved taking care of the flocks, no one finds it joyful when they work and others just roam around doing nothing. It could have seemed like partiality. Why should he be alone in the wilderness? However, lying in that wilderness beneath the struggle was hidden a gold medal. He learned the art defending what was important to him. In that field, he had to fight the wolf in defense of his father's flocks. Considering the period Israel was in at that point, God needed someone who could defend the people of Israel from the perspective of hearing his voice and obedience to him, and God found one man, David. David learned God's ways in that field. God was intentional about everything he went through in the wilderness. When the time of reckoning came, he was found worthy of being a king. If he was not found worthy in small matters, he wouldn't have been worthy of the throne. Imagine if he had killed Saul in the wilderness when he had the chance to secure the kingship position. He might not have gotten that position, or if he had failed to never return like a coward, he wouldn't have been referred to as the man after God's heart. David seemed to be struggling. However, embedded in that struggle is a success story. This is the same for many of you. It feels as though you are struggling and all odds are against you. However, do you know that struggle could be the entry point to your open doors? What is currently causing you pain? What is causing you to shed tears? Do you trust God? Do you know they could be blessings in disguise? Is the fact that God never gives His children substandards. You can be sure that when He takes you through certain processes, He is preparing you for the best, and through those pains, He is making your gain. God bless you.